Good morning, guys. It is a brisk 36 degrees out here. I'm hiking into a canyon lake, a really tiny little actually pond that's stocked annually with about 400 trout every spring. And this past summer we had like one of the most brutal droughts and heat waves that I've ever experienced, where we had temperatures up above 118, 119 degrees Fahrenheit, which is just insane in June. And I think we had more days over 100, or at least we had several days over 100 for every week after that through August. So I'm kind of curious if the trout survived the drought and the heat. So we got a couple mile hike in this canyon. Very cold this morning, but we'll see if there's any trout at the end of this hike. If not, it'll just be a lovely hike through the woods. All right, looks like I finally made it up here. Didn't see much on the hike. It might be meteorologically, it might be fall, but ecologically, I think it's very much winter. All right, you can see the pond here. It's a beautiful little pond. Not much more than an acre or two, lined with cattails. There's just a few spots you can access the bank. So I'm gonna go over there where there's several spots and we'll start fishing. I don't expect to see any rises. It's too cold. It's in the low 30s. There's actually ice down in the cattails. Okay, so I got a little cast master because I got quite a bit of a breeze blowing in my face, and single point Cultiva hook on there, barbless. I like spoons for search patterns. Plus they do well casting into the wind. Let's see if the trout survived up here this summer. I hit some weeds. Yeah, there's still weeds in there. But no fish so far. Oh, I just saw a fish rise over there, so looks like something survived. Oh, there we go. There's fish. Nice. First fish of the day. Oh, he came off. Oh, no, he's there. He's still there. He just scrapped in the weeds. Yay, they survived the summer. Wrapped on that weed a little bit. Good looking fish, too, man. Healthy. There we go. Wow, pretty little rainbow. Probably don't need that down there. Alright, check that out. Beautiful. Barbless hook, so it should just pop out if I can get the angle on it. There we go. Pretty little rainbow. Healthy looking. Living up here in this little pond. Alright, I don't want to handle them with my gloves because A, I don't want to take the slime off them, and B, my hands are cold. So, alright, let's get him back on his way. Sweet! They survived! It's amazing that they can persist down in this little canyon pond. It gets really hot in here. But I think it might be spring fed, so it doesn't look any lower than when I've been out here during wet years. Let's get another on the cast master. I actually saw a fish rise across the pond, and then literally the next cast I got a bite. I don't think it was the same fish, but at least a few fish are in here. See if we can get one more on the cast master, maybe we'll switch up. If not, we'll give it a few minutes here. It is definitely windier than forecast. It's supposed to be a nice windless day before the snow came. That's the thing about rainbows, you never really know what it is that is causing them not to bite. Like, is it that there's no fish in front of me? Because I know I've seen trout in small lakes, and I've watched them, and they'll kind of just patrol the shoreline, making loops around the lake. And other times they seem to like really stick to one section of the lake, and mostly spend their time foraging there. But other times it's just a color, like a color or some other trigger, right? Like maybe that day they want the warmer metals like copper, or they want something like red or black, and other days it's silver. That's all kind of part of the fun of fishing, though, is like parsing out the what and the where and the why. I have not had any bites or follows since that first fish. It was weird. There was like a couple fish hit the surface, and then I got a bite, and then I haven't seen anything since. And the wind is picking up a little bit, but I'm on the downwind side of the lake, which is usually better for fishing. Sometimes even like stepping up and stepping down the size of your lure. Like I'm surprised sometimes the bigger cast masters actually get, you know, that are as long as the trout's head will get bit more often, just because I think they put out a bigger signal. But I am not getting a ton of action on this. All right, let's try something different. That little Panther Martin black and gold spinner right there. That's where the bumblebee pattern. Sometimes it's just a matter of moving, because you might be fishing where there are no fish. And it's really hard to catch fish where there's no fish. Oh, that was a bite right there. Dang it. Let's see if we can trick him again. Nope. That was a good grab, just didn't stick him. There he is, right there at the shoreline. Oh, there he goes off. Oh, thanks, buddy. Got me wrapped up in this branch. Let's see if I can get that without taking a swim. I knew there was a fish there. Sometimes you just gotta move. Alright, I'm gonna test the waterproofness of these boots. I actually don't like throwing spinners in the wind, because the blades make it really hard to cast long distance. But out of all the spinners in the wind, Panther Martins are definitely the best, because their blade doesn't flop around as much because of the way it's mounted on there. It's kind of threaded through the center rather than off to the very end. And you cast a rooster tail in this thing, it'll be flopping all over the place. It'll cut your casting distance down big time. Nothing so far after that first fish. It's like first cast, got a bite. Second cast, hit it again, and hooked up. No, nothing. Oh, there's a trout right there. Gosh dang it, he bit it right at the bank. You guys probably couldn't see that, but that was cool. I was doing like a stop action thing, and he came up and tried to hit it right at the bank. Well, if they like that, they might like a jerkbait. This might be one of those days where I gotta keep changing stuff out, because there's so few fish in there, and they see something, they swipe at it once, and they're not gonna come back and swipe at it again. Alright, time for a trade up. Okay, got a little Duo Realis mini jerkbait with single point barbless hooks on there. We'll see. The thing about this one is it's kind of light, so I don't know how far I can cast it. But they're hitting it tight to the bank, so maybe that doesn't even matter. But this will allow me to fish it more like a jerkbait, because it is a jerkbait. And see if maybe that results in more fish. Actually, I can cast that pretty far. If this doesn't work, then I try something else. Man, that looks deadly. Twitching and falling. I'll be surprised if I don't get a fish on this. There it is, fish. Nice. I told you I'd get one on this. Knew it. I love these little jerkbaits. Man, that's a nice fish. Whoa, that's a toad. That guy's a holdover for sure. Oh, look at that. A little head shake. That was awesome. Whoa, this is a really pretty fish, guys. Look at this thing. This is a toad. Yeah. He looks like he needs a meal, but he is a pretty big trout. Look at the size of this guy. See that little jerkbait he hit. It's a nice sized fish. It's probably 14, 15. A little on the skinny side, but not terrible. Head's a little big for his body. Yeah, he's been in here a while. Alright, just a single hook. Got him right in the nose. That should just pop out. There we go. Alright, everybody. Trying to keep my hands dry so I can stay out here today. Get this guy on the road. Little Duo Realis Spearhead Ryuki 38S. Not a cheap lure, but a deadly lure for trout. He is about, a third longer than the other fish I caught. And that means that at least a few fish held over. Not from just the spring, but from the previous spring, which is good. That's what you want to see. Try just a straight retrieve, see what that does. Wiggles a bunch. But it seems like it's much better fish like a jerkbait, like it's designed for. Well, I'm going to change out lures since today seems to be all about changing out lures more than anything. Seems like every time I change, I at least get bit. But we'll change again, see what happens. Okay, so we got the Ryuki Spearhead Spin 3.5. Look how tiny that is. It's got a little blade on the back. You basically fish it like a spinner, but it's got that body shape like a little fish. This one's kind of a rainbow trout pattern. Let's see if they're feeling cannibalistic today. I basically just slow retrieve it like a spinner. You'll feel those blades spinning in the back. I think it's got a lot of weight, so you can cast it a long way. There we go. Got one on the spin. Yes. Nice. It's all about changing up. Seems like every time I change up within the first 5 casts, I'll get a fish on. These things are squirrely. Oh, they like to go down them weeds and roll around. Look at him bulldogging down those weeds. Pretty little fish. Oh, he's off. There he goes. Perfect. Long line release. All right, so we did get something on the Ryuki Spin, which is a pretty sweet looking little lure. But as my experience has taught me on this pond today is that it's best to go ahead and change out right away if I want to keep catching. So, what am I going to do next? Got a variety of spinners and spoons here. I think I might actually go big spoon and see if I can't get a little more reach across the lake and see if there's a big trout hanging out in the middle. One of the things that all shore fishermen believe is that there's always the bigger fish to be had further away from them, which is actually not true. Okay, so let's go with this guy. It's probably too big a lure, but we'll give it a few casts and see what happens. Go big or go home, right? Maybe I will get a big fish. You never know. Should be able to cast this thing all the way halfway across the pond. Yep. It's a big target. I don't know, they might be intimidated by it. Find out. Give it 5 or 6 casts. If it doesn't get bit, we'll switch out something else. That thing wobbles like crazy. That's crazy how far I can cast out there. Ooh, I get hit right there on the drop. That was great. As soon as I just let it fall, had a fish on out in the middle. It was like a good one. Trying to keep up above those weeds. Big pile of weeds right out in front of us, so keep them rod tip high. Keep them out of there. They seem to spit it when I get up. Ooh, ooh. Oh, he's off. Oh no. That's okay. It's part of the game with barbless hooks. If I was smart, I'd go ahead and change out again, because that's the rule. Change out after every bite and you will get bit. 3 more casts with the mega spoon. But I'm gonna let this one hit the bottom to see how long it goes. I got bit. Yeah, it's 20 feet deep at least out there. That's impressive. I got a little tap on the way down too. No wonder they survived the drought and the heat. Nice cold water out there in the middle of this pond. Well, like I said, it's all about changing out the lure. We give this one another cast, but every time I change out, I get a fish within 5 casts, but then I'll do 5 or 6 casts with that same lure afterwards, and I don't get anything. I'll get some nibbles, but nothing that commits. It's like once they've seen it, they want something different. Oh, there's fish right behind it. Right there. Come on, come on, come on. Oh, he's chasing it. Oh, right, he's still chasing it. Look at him right there. He's chasing it. Come on, buddy. I'm gonna throw it back out right in front of him. Yeah, he was going all around that thing, but he did not want to hit it. He's still chasing it. Look at this guy. He's crazy. He's still right there. Hopefully you guys can see that. He's still chasing it right here. Look how lazy he is. Nope, he missed it big time that time. He hasn't seen me, so I'm gonna take this leaf off. I'm gonna pitch it out there to him again. See if he'll still come back for it. There, he's back. He's back. Oh, this time he's not coming back. That was crazy. It was fun to watch him just right there, but he was moving so lethargically. I think it's because it's so cold that they're just not super amped about chasing anything. Okay, because they were acting so lethargic and not really committing that bite, I'm going to try a water bobber and a woolly bugger with a chartreuse head black body. Maybe the slower presentation will help me out. So let's see. The trick with water bobbers is to not get it all tangled up. You have to flip the bail right before it hits the water. Let's see what happens. No. There we go. Nice. That worked great. Second cast. This actually feels like the best fish of the day by weight. Unless I'm just feeling the weight of that water bobber. No, this is a very nice fish. Got him on that woolly bugger. When in doubt, bugger him. Oh, he's a pretty fish too. Nice blushing bow. little fatter than that other carryover we had. Wow, that is a chunkster. Look at him. Beautiful. That's like a perfect bow. Look at that pretty guy. Look at the size of his dorsal. Man, it's like a shark. Awesome. Look out there, right in the corner of the jaw where you want to see it. Look at the girth on that guy. He is very healthy. Woo-wee. Wow, that was a nice fish, but man, this wind is getting worse and worse. And my hands have gotten a little damp. And they are, I'm sure wind chills are below freezing. And I think all the heat from my hike has completely worn off in my body. But we'll try again. I can barely see that bobber, but that's okay. It's a decent one. Got him right tight to the bank. I think I might have figured out what they want today. They want that slow presentation because the water's so cold. This guy looks like he's a little snaky looking, but very pretty colors. Perfect colors on him though. Yeah, he's definitely itching for some food. All right, we'll get him back in the water here. There you go, buddy. There you go. Hey, we actually got 2 fish on the same lure within a few casts of each other. That's a good sign. I figured it out just as my body temperature hit the point that I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get back warm again until I start hiking. Let's go for one more and then we'll call it. That's always a dangerous thing to say because then you end up being out here for like 2 hours. Oh, there's a bite. Got him. Yes. Just barely saw that. Getting that pressure on him. Ooh, ooh, feisty guy. Awesome. Another really pretty fish. These fish do look healthy. Some of them are a little bit lacking for food. Others are fat, so maybe it's just those fish are bad at foraging or older. This fish looks all right. Healthy little fish. Probably from this spring. Really pretty. Get that fly out of his mouth. Ooh, there he goes. Well, I said that was going to be my last, but you know what? If you guys smash that like button, I'll catch one more. So why not? A little bit of adrenaline helped warm me up there, right? It's always colder when you're not catching. It's always warmer. You're always more comfortable when you are catching. One more fish for all those likes. Fair trade for the... Look at that. It's like it was there 10 seconds. Man, this is the pattern for the day. Oh yeah. There's a little bit of steelhead in you. You got that rainbow jump. Alrighty. Pretty little rainbow. This guy's like that other one, has a big old dorsal fin on him. Healthy looking. Whew. They do that shiver when they're cold. They look just like we do. I noticed that when I'm ice fishing, I'll take those fish out when it's cold like this, and they'll body the shivers like that. Alright guys, that was a really fun day up here chasing these trout in this pond. I'm glad they survived this year's heat. Get this guy going. Now my hands are wet. I'm definitely gonna need to pack up, start moving. The snow's starting to fall. We're supposed to get a couple inches tonight. I'll see you next time out on the water. Just remember, fish smarter, not harder. Bye, guys.